Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. The one of the apostles and the elders, great millstone, the roll well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of Syrian truth. Um, yeah, got this article on the Daily Mail, and it's the vibe that's kind of been around for like the last year or so, as far as mainly around AI with the push for, essentially people thinking that they're basically going to be able to achieve becoming superhumans through technology, through AI, through these things. And that's been pushed onto the people a hell of a lot more recently. And you've seen like things like ChatGPT, like deep fakes, and like with the voice deep fakes as well. All these things have been getting pushed, which now is something that people can actually see like, oh, okay, things have been progressing, things have been speeding up. So they're thinking like, oh, okay, we achieved this. Then getting to the point where, you're going to be able to completely play with the human body, completely play, turn your brain into a supercomputer, have superpowers and shit through technology isn't that far off. And that's, a big part of the draw. Because a big aspect of that is nanotechnology, implants, these things, which that's what's getting people into the beast system, man. So that's on the Daily Mail. It says humans will achieve immortality in 8 years. It says former Google engineer who has predicted the future with 86% accuracy, and that predict the future. It's whatever, but you might just be in on certain things. Ugh. But yeah, he's just, this is essentially putting the vibration out, and that's been, it's in line with what's been going out. So it says even here it says Ray Kurzweil predicts nanobots will help achieve human immortality. So yeah, nanobots, that's a big aspect, and people are gonna jump on this. People are gonna do it's the same thing with Neuralink, with the other ones, the other technologies that basically doing the brain implants. They're getting into them because why? Because they're thinking like, oh, this is gonna solve my ails, whatever. This technology, when it's developed further, then you'll be able to use it to talk, to move, interface with the computer, move certain things around, and basically they'll be able to think like, oh, I'm gonna go from just being a cripple, can't do shit without help, to receiving some getting back some autonomy or whatever. And that's the same thing with these different technologies. They're gonna think, oh, okay. Well, I'll read on. So it says a former Google engineer has made a stark realization that humans will achieve immortality in 8 years, and 86% of his 147 predictions have been correct. Ray Kurzweil spoke with YouTube channel Adagio, discussing the expansion in genetics, nanotechnology, and robotics, which he believes will lead to age-reversing nanobots. So yeah, essentially, being able to, inject some nanobots, and then it will replace cells, do whatever the hell. That's these are the things that people are trying to achieve now. So these tiny robots will repair damaged cells and tissues and deteriorate as the body ages, and make us immune to diseases like cancer. The prediction that such a feat is, because even now I think it says cancer is now what, 1 in 2, like 50% of people in the world have cancer, which is just fucking insane. Because you have to think like, how is it that cancer's hit such a rate when that shit was not even what do you call it? It was nowhere near anywhere that kind of scale, like 70, 100 years ago. So that means that there's been huge shifts in the way life's lived, in the kind of um, environment that we live in, the food we're eating, all these different aspects of how life has changed in that time has had a huge impact on that, which results in what? People getting all jacked up, man. People getting uh hit with them curses, them plagues that aren't written of in the book, man. Um So it says the predictions that such a feat is achievable by 2030 have been met with excitement and skepticism, as curing all deadly diseases seems far out of reach. And it's funny because it happened in what was it? What the fuck was it called, man? I Am Legend, where it was the premise, the hook at the beginning was what that she said, like, oh, we've developed a way to cure cancer, and then that resulted in that so-called way to cure cancer ended up being a what's it called, man? That so-called cure for cancer ended up just being fucking hell, my brain is struggling. That so-called cure for cancer ended up being a virus, man. Ended up infecting all humanity and turning them into those different creatures, man, some zombie niggas. So these are the thing, like with even with that so-called appeal, then there's what's it called? Not mischievous. There's not maniacal. It would be well, there's things that are being reserved. There's things that are being hidden. It's not the whole truth that's being shown. So it says Kurzweil was hired by Google in 2012 to work on new projects involving machine learning and language processing, but he was making predictions in technological advances long before. So yeah. It says now the former Google engineer believes technology is set to become so powerful it will help humans live forever in what is known as the singularity. Singularity is a theoretical point when artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence and changes the path of our evolution, Lifeboat reports. Kurzweil, an author who described himself as a futurist, predicted the technological singularity would happen by 2045, with AI passing a valid Turing test in 2029. It's a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human. So yeah, he's basically pushing that these things are going to advance at a rate where you're going to be setting up AIs, to run cities, to do all kinds of things, to basically govern, because they're going to be able to govern with some like, because they're going to be smarter, they're going to be so advanced or whatever. I don't know. But these are the things that people are dreaming of, where it's like, oh, and then we'll have world peace and everyone will sit down but these things Esau desires. This is part of why it's like, if the days weren't shortened, there'll be no flesh left to be saved. This guy's trying to open Pandora's box. Basically, he's trying to unleash things that he has no means of managing. It's funny because even in these movies, you have like, what was it, 2001: A Space Odyssey, where you have the machine. You have various movies where it's always a machine, becomes sentient and then basically tries to take him down. Because what Esau's trying to unleash is the same thing with how he interacts with the environment. He's basically got means of harnessing energy and a variety of things from the environment. But then he deals with it in a method where there's no balance, there's no order. He doesn't think, oh, there's all these minerals and whatnot in the earth for a reason. He's just thinking like, damn, like what was it? The gold rush. We had the gold rush where people were padding for gold until there was no gold left. Meanwhile, that gold served a purpose. Same thing with various of the minerals on the earth used to make like different parts of cars, different parts for smartphones and whatnot. these things all being taken out and used for these capabilities then means there's a lack, which reflects in other ways. You have various things happening with the environment and whatnot related to these things. But these are the things Esau doesn't meditate on. He's not thinking about. He's not thinking about harmony. You know, you go to the Georgia Guidestone, it says maintain humanity under 500 million, you know, in harmony with Earth. But these guys don't have no clue about harmony. These guys know how to basically, you know, utilize things, gain. But hey, you know, this is why all that he's working for, all that he's dreaming of, at a shaying and a run, man. So he says, what? It's a test. Okay, so he said machines are already making us more intelligent, and connecting them to our neocortex will help people think more smartly. Yeah, so basically, you know, just hooking your brain up to the AI so you can become, you know, superhuman. These are the things that they're desirous of. And he said, like, what? He's a futurist. He's basically thinking about what bringing about these things. Contrary to the fears of some, he believes that implanting computers in our brains will improve us. We're going to get more neocortex. We're going to be funnier. We're going to be better at music. We're going to be sexier. He said. So yeah, it's implant. You know, them implants. That's always what it comes down to. Basically, fusing man and machine. That's where Esau's thinking it's gonna go. He's using it as a system of control and a means for him to make himself superhuman. There's various aspects to it. But you know, they're infatuated, they're in love, they're desirous of they love this place, so they want to see where it goes. They want it to keep going, they want to stay here and ride it until the wheels fall off. But again, it's as you can see around you, the planet is, you know, it's dying. Trees are lamentating, man. Oceans are lamentating. The beasts, you know, the fish in the ocean are diving out of it because the shit's fucked. It's hell on earth, man. But yeah, this, you know, it's all what doing marketing for that Karagma, man, that M arc, because that's where all's gonna go, man. Revelation 13:16. Already know what it is. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom.